So today we're going to be doing orange candy peels. These are the peels that we did from the Soup Prime video. And I'm just going to show you how we're going to cut them. It's okay to leave the pith on, but if there's too much like fruit flesh, we're just going to want to cut that out with our paring knife and just clean it up a little bit. So it should look like that. See, like this one's gonna be too much, so I'll just clean all of that out. All right, so now that all of these are cleaned up, I'm gonna show you how to make the first cut. So here is our peel, and I'm gonna cut just a straight line on there just to clean the edge up, so I have a good starting point for our peels. So I'm just gonna make the first cut. So it should be about this size. And we're just gonna do that to all of them. It's okay, like, if this edge is a little smaller and it's not quite perfect, we'll still use it. And then we're just going to do that with all of them, cleaning up the edge, and that also just gets rid of the extra pith on there that we don't really want. So now that all of our peels are cut up, I'm going to show you how to blanch and then candy the peels. So to candy your peels, you're going to need 3 pots of water boiling. They don't have to be going at the same time, and if you don't have 3 pots, you can reuse the same one. This will just make the process go a lot faster. And then we have an ice bath, and then you're gonna need 2 cups of water and 2 cups of sugar, and then we have our cut peels. So this pot is ready to go, it is boiling. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna blanch the peels in the pot of boiling water for about 30 seconds. All right, so 30 seconds later, we're just gonna take them out and place them into our ice bath. And then you can just dump this water out, and if you're reusing your pot, get a pot of fresh hot water, because now this water has all of that bitterness from the orange that we don't want. All right, now that the peels have been blanched 3 times, we're gonna eat one and see how it tastes. This is gonna tell us whether it needs to be blanched again or if it's done blanching. So I always try and eat one that's not too perfect, so we can save the better looking ones for later. This one will do. So what you're looking for, is it bitter or not? In my opinion, this one is still a little too bitter. So I'm gonna get another pot of water going. As far as the texture, you're gonna want this inside to be soft with a slight bite on the outside. So I do think they're cooked enough, but I'm just gonna blanch them one more time to get all of that extra bitterness out. So once your peels are completely blanched, we are going to mix the 2 cups of sugar and water in a saucepan and bring it to a boil. And then we're just gonna add this straight in. These are gonna cook down, and you're gonna want it to simmer until they get kind of glossy and translucent, and you'll taste it and it'll be a lot sweeter, but you'll definitely notice in the pith that they'll become a little translucent. So we're just gonna let these simmer in the pot maybe 20-30 minutes on low until they get nice, clear, and glossy. So when these peels are completely cooked down and translucent, we're gonna let that cool and put it into a vacuum seal bag or a container. So this is kind of what they'll look like when they've been sitting in the bag for a while. And then from there, we're gonna drain the peels when we're ready to use them and let them sit out on a drying rack until they get slightly tacky. Once they're tacky, we're gonna toss them in some sugar serve them just like that.